want to take a little time to talk about creating the life of your dreams and really understanding where you are at in terms of manifesting everything that you desire. So one of the biggest obstacles to, I guess, attaining everything that you can imagine is really the way that you see reality and the way that you understand what the universe is doing around you. So what do I mean by this? One of the biggest, most detrimental states of mind that that a person can have is a victim mentality. So what do I mean by this? Is that you focus on what has been done to you, what you have suffered through, the unfortunate happenings of your existence, whether it be the family that you were born into, the circumstances, maybe it's poverty, maybe you didn't get, the vehicle, the body that you wanted, whatever it may be. And you are transmitting a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of poor is me energy, like why don't I have this? Why isn't this coming fast enough? You're in a state of being ungrateful. You're not grateful for what the universe has given you. And when we are living in this ungrateful state and our thought forms are very negative, so usually what happens when you're in a victim mentality is you also have a lot of attack thoughts. So you want to attack the people that did you wrong. You have a lot of negativity towards, this laundry list of who wronged you and why they're not good people and why you're wishing bad things on them, whatever it is, because it's a justification. You don't like where you're at, so you want to justify why all of these people or all of these situations or circumstances have you where you are right now, and why you have every reason to be bitter, frustrated, angry, hating the world, hating yourself, hating others. It's very much a mentality where the ego is loving its misery. It just wants to sit and wallow in what it's not getting and is completely ungrateful. And because it's completely ungrateful, it wants to attack everything. Okay. Now, there can be some slight pleasure in feeling that. Like you can feel like a vigilante, like you want to get out there and destroy the negative, the bad energies, or you want to take people down, or you can justify the things that you're doing because those others are wrong or whatever it is, but it's still an attack mentality. It's still an angry mentality. And you won't find that you will be able to manifest beautiful things until you remove yourself from that attack mentality and move into unconditional love. So when you are unconditionally loving, it doesn't mean that you accept abuse or you accept people doing things that are wrong. Quite the opposite. You still use your voice for positive change, but you don't judge others, you don't attack them, and you are grateful for every single obstacle. When you start to get into this place of gratitude where you realize that the universe is truly working with you, working for your greater good, then you understand that every difficult circumstance that you've ever been through was for your good. You learned from it. You grew, you got character, you became strong, you became a warrior. Because you passed through those trials, you now have this incredibly dynamic spirit about you. Those things are what made you you. So then you have to go back to that state of absolute gratitude and thank the universe for all that it has made for you. Even the most difficult things transformed you into the person that you are. And when that becomes the bedrock of how you think and how your thoughts emanate, then and only then you really start becoming an incredibly powerful vehicle for manifestation. Because first of all, no matter where you are, you're starting with this feeling of fullness. You're full. You're full with your own knowledge. You're full with your own character. It doesn't matter where you are in life, you know who you are, and you can be completely flat broke. I know when I had to go through a bankruptcy and, lost my house and everything was falling apart, I was separating from my first fiance and really had nothing. What I really grounded myself in was the fact that I had myself, that I really have been through a lot of trials and tribulations, and I got out the other end and I always landed on my feet. And that was a powerful lesson that I was able to understand from the things that I had went through. And what I realize now is that every time I come across or I come up against something that seems a little bit difficult, I know that I have tremendous resilience. So I know that the universe is only trying to build me up stronger if there's another obstacle or challenge that I'm coming up towards. So it's always a gift. Now, okay, so we've established that you have to be grateful. You have to feel grateful and you don't want to be in a victim mentality. Now, the other thing that is extremely powerful is not to worry about what other people are doing or other people's lives. So jealousy is such a detrimental emotion to feel in regards to anything in your life, especially when you're trying to manifest. Because if you're looking at others and saying, well, this person has this, or this person's their success is so far beyond mine, I could never get there, and you start to pick people apart, because again, instead of doing your own work or pushing yourself to be better, it's sometimes easier to fall into a judgment or criticism for others, and you sort of get in that habit, but it's actually really detrimental in terms of thought forms we're creating. So you want to not think or talk about others. It's just not a very high vibrational dialogue. Let everybody do what they're doing and you do what you're doing for you, and let it be that. Focus on what is emanating from you and what you can create and how you can serve. How can you serve the world? What can you bring to society, to the community at large, that will help change and affect the lives of others? And when you start thinking that way, you get extremely passionate about it, because it's not just about, oh, what can I get for me? Can I buy myself a car? Can I buy myself a new purse? That's so surface level. That stuff really, in the whole scheme of things, does not matter. When you start saying, whose life can I affect? Who can I help transform? That's when the universe starts to really create this vortex of magic around you. When it sees that you are becoming part of it, in that outflow or outpouring of universally, unconditionally loving energy, not for self, just to be part of this whole vehicle of creation, it starts working with you. It starts to magically align the pieces so that incredible opportunities come your way, things that you could never imagine happening. And that's all from shifting your perspective and attuning your thoughts to become a seeker and a learner, rather than just judging everything and wanting to consume it all. It's a really beautiful, eloquent switch that we can make that can change the trajectory of our lives. And again, it will become like magic the way that you will manifest when you start to serve others instead of worrying so much about the self. Now, of course, that you have to have self-love, but what I'm talking about is the mission or the purpose you're on should be, or if you really want to have or be great at manifesting your destiny, should really be calibrated to what you can do to enrich the lives of others, of the planet, of our home, and what you can leave behind as a legacy of your life and existence here on Earth.